Left Behind was all the rage 20 years ago. Written by Tim LaHaye and Jerry Jenkins, the series ran 12 books long in the original series that started in 1995 and ended in 2004. Likely fueled by the start of the new millennium, it was wildly successful. Then the years waned on and the rapture didn't happen and the Antichrist did not rise, although it very well could be argued that the world started going haywire. The war in Afghanistan and Iraq under George Bush seemed to start the severe government overreach that we called the Patriot Act in the name of fighting terrorism. Then Barack Obama, who is very charismatic, started us towards the quote-unquote progressive trend. This was the point that it was very clear that the world was ready to worship a mere man. And love him or hate him, Donald Trump was an absolute flashpoint where the world took a quantum leap forward into the insane. The signs are all around us for sure. Many prophecy teachers are talking about that they can't keep up with what is going on in the world that is prophetically significant. It is fueling an interest in prophecy yet again, but for much better reasons than simply being Y2K. So much so, they got Nicolas Cage to star in a redo of the Kirk Cameron Left Behind movie, which was released in 2014. I saw it once and was really left wanting. First off, why did they spend the entire movie on the plane? That was only a small part of the first book. I saw the Cage rendition as a huge missed opportunity. I was looking for some still photos and making the Rapture video last month for this channel and came across a still shot of the actor Neil McDonough at a podium with the UN flags in the background. I discovered that they were doing another Left Behind movie, this time with Kevin Sorbo, who was also directing the movie. So, hoping for the best, I bought an advance ticket, and I saw the movie tonight. I felt compelled to put forth my 2 cents to hopefully also support Sorbo's effort at making a good Christian movie. So many times Christian movies fall short, either in the acting, writing, effects, or otherwise. So many times the writing is rather quote-unquote hokey. I don't believe Sorbo and company fell short at all in Left Behind: Rise of the Antichrist. I felt the writing and acting were actually pretty good. There weren't any effects that were needed since it was more of a drama-driven story. If you saw the Kirk Cameron Left Behind movie, Sorbo's version loosely follows the flow of events of the first Left Behind book, minus the actual rapture happening and the scenes on the plane, since Cage's Left Behind movie covered that. As far as I understand it, this is a sequel to that movie. You will also note several current cultural references that pepper the writing. The one that sticks out to me was the line that went something like, "Be hesitant for any vanishing vaccines they peddle." That wasn't a direct quote, but I thought it was a pretty good zinger. Sorbo's rendition of Rayford Steele is actually pretty good, very subtle and not overplayed at all. Greg Perro plays Buck Williams, originally played by Kirk Cameron, and does a good job, actually. Even his conversion scene in the restroom right before the big scene with Nikolai Carpathia wasn't overplayed. Bailey Chase plays Nikolai Carpathia and plays the diabolical part very subtly. I bought it. Neil McDonough is, well, Neil McDonough. He's pretty much good in anything he plays and plays the character of Jonathan Stonagel. Lastly, of note, Corbin Burnson plays Steve Plank, Buck's boss at the GWN News Network, and is just a jerk, just like he should be for the character. Bottom line, is it worth seeing? Yes, I believe so, especially to support Christian filmmaking, and especially since it's only in theaters this weekend. But it's also just a good, entertaining film that's not too fast-paced, and it's not too slow either. The score was even pretty good for whatever was going on at the moment, and there was only one contemporary Christian song placement that I thought was a little hokey. Now, I'm just an average Joe, basically, and I'm not a professional film critic, but these are my thoughts. I'm a consumer who absolutely loves movies and a good story. Hence, I would wholeheartedly recommend seeing this film at the theater if you can. So, as we await Christ, maybe even invite a person who's not a believer to go with you. Offer to buy the ticket for them and maybe even some concessions to sweeten the deal. If nothing else, go to be edified in the near return of the risen Messiah, who will soon rescue us from the wrath to come. See also 1 Thessalonians 1 verse 10.